Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Started already?
That side did. Yes, it did.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
August 8th, 2026. This week is pharasha 46. If you please turn to page 206 of your complete Jewish Bible. We'll begin with Deuteronomy 7:12. Because you're listening to these rulings, keeping and obeying them, Adonai your God will keep with you the covenant and mercy that he swore to your ancestors. He will love you, bless you, and increase your numbers. He will also bless the fruit of your body and the fruit of your ground, your grain, wine, olive oil, and the young of your cattle and sheep, in the land he swore to your ancestors that he would give you. You'll be blessed more than all the other peoples. There will not be a sterile male or female among you, and the same with your livestock. Adonai will remove all illness from you. He will not afflict you with any of Egypt's dreadful diseases which you have known. Instead, he will lay them on those who hate you. You are to devour all the people that Adonai your God hands over to you. Show them no pity, and do not serve their gods, because that will become a trap for you. If you think to yourselves, these nations outnumber us, how can we dispossess them? Nevertheless, you're not to be afraid of them. You ought to remember well what Adonai your God did to Pharaoh and all of Egypt, the great ordeals which you yourself saw, the signs, wonders, strong hand, and outstretched arm by which Adonai your God brought you out. Adonai will do the same to all the peoples of whom you are afraid. Moreover, Adonai your God will send the hornet among them until those who are left and those who hide themselves perish ahead of you. You're not to be frightened of them, because Adonai your God is there with you, a God great and fearsome. Adonai your God will expel those nations ahead of you little by little. You can't put an end to them all at once, or the wild animals will become too numerous for you. Nevertheless, Adonai your God will give them over to you, sending one disaster after another upon them until they have been destroyed. He will hand their kings over to you, and you will wipe out their name from under heaven. None of them will be able to stand against you until you have destroyed them. You ought to burn up completely the carved statues of their gods. Don't be greedy for the silver or gold on them. Don't take it with you, or you will be trapped by it, for it is abhorrent to Adonai your God. Don't bring something abhorrent into your house, or you will share in the curse that's on it. Instead, you are to detest it completely, loathe it utterly, for it is set apart for destruction.
All the mitzvah I'm giving you today you are to take care to obey, so that you will live, increase your numbers, enter and take possession of the land Adonai swore about to your ancestors. You are to remember everything of the way in which Adonai led you these 40 years in the desert, humbling and testing you in order to know what was in your heart, whether you would obey his mitzvah, his mitzvah or not. He humbled you, allowing you to become hungry, and then fed you with manna, which neither you nor your ancestors had ever known, to make you understand that a person does not live on food alone, but on everything that comes from the mouth of Adonai. During these 40 years, the clothing you were wearing didn't grow old, and your feet didn't swell up. Think deeply about it. Adonai was disciplining you, just as a man disciplines his child. So obey the mitzvah of Adonai your God, living as he directs and fearing him. For Adonai your God is bringing you into a good land, a land with streams, springs, and water welling up from the depth in valleys and on hillsides. It is a land of wheat and barley, grapevines, fig trees, and pomegranates, a land of olive oil and honey, a land where you will eat food in abundance and lack nothing in it, a land where the stones contain iron and the hills can be mined for copper. So you will eat and be satisfied, and you will bless Adonai your God for the good land he has given you.
Be careful not to forget Adonai your God by not obeying his mitzvah rulings and regulations that I'm giving you today. Otherwise, after you have eaten and are satisfied, built fine houses and lived in them, and increased your herds, flocks, silver, gold, and everything else you own, you'll become proud-hearted, forgetting Adonai your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, where you lived as slaves, who led you through the vast and fearsome desert with its poisonous snakes, scorpions, and waterless thirsty ground, who brought water out of flint rock for you, who fed you in the desert with manna unknown to your ancestors, all the while humbling and testing you in order to do you good in the end. You will think to yourself, my own power and the strength of my own hand have gotten me this wealth. No, you are to remember Adonai your God, because it is he who is giving you the power to get wealth, in order to confirm his covenant, which he swore to your ancestors, as is happening even today. If you forget Adonai your God, follow other gods, and serve and worship them, I am warning you in advance today that you will certainly perish. You will perish, just like the nations that Adonai is causing to perish ahead of you, because you will not have heeded the voice of Adonai your God.
Lord, help us. Listen, Israel, you are to cross the Jordan today and go in and possess nations greater and stronger than you, great cities fortified up to the sky, a people great and tall, the Anakim, whom you know about, and whom you have heard it said, who can stand before the descendants of Anak? Therefore understand today that Adonai your God will himself cross ahead of you as a devouring fire. He will destroy them and bring them down before you. Thus you will drive them out and cause them to perish quickly, as Adonai has said to you.
Don't think to yourself, after your God has pushed them out ahead of you, it is to reward my righteousness that Adonai has brought me in to take possession of this land. No, it's because these nations have been so wicked that Adonai is driving them out ahead of you. It's not because of your righteousness, or because your heart is so upright that you go and take possession of the land, but to punish the wickedness of those nations that Adonai your God is driving them out ahead of you, and also to confirm the word which Adonai swore to your ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Therefore, understand this not for your righteousness that Adonai your God is giving you this good land to possess.
For you are a stiff-necked people. Remember, don't forget how you made Adonai your God angry in the desert. From the day you left the land of Egypt till you arrived at this place, you've been rebelling against Adonai. Also at Horeb, you made Adonai angry. Adonai was angry enough with you to destroy you. I had gone up the mountain to receive the stone tablets, the tablets on which was written the covenant Adonai had made with you. I stayed on the mountain 40 days and nights without eating and drinking water. Then Adonai gave me the 2 stone tablets inscribed by the finger of God, and on them was written every word Adonai had said to you from the fire on the mountain the day of the assembly. Yes, after 40 days and nights, Adonai gave me the 2 stone tablets, the tablets of the covenant. Then Adonai said to me, get up and hurry down from here, because your people, whom you led out of Egypt, have become corrupt. So quickly they have turned aside from the way I ordered them to follow. They have made themselves a metal image. Moreover, Adonai said to me, I have seen this people, and what a stiff-necked people they are. Let me alone, so that I can put an end to them and blot out their name from under heaven. I will make out of you a nation bigger and stronger than they. I came down from the mountain. The mountain was blazing fire, and the 2 tablets of the covenant were in my 2 hands. I looked, and there you had sinned against Adonai your God. You had made yourselves a metal calf. You had turned aside quickly from the way Adonai had ordered you to follow. I seized the 2 tablets and threw them out of my 2 hands and broke them before your eyes. Then I fell down before Adonai, as I had the first time, the 40 days and nights, during which time I neither ate food nor drank water, all because of the sin you committed by doing what was evil in the sight of Adonai, and thus provoking him. I was terrified that because of how angry Adonai was with you, of how heatedly displeased he was, that he would destroy you. But Adonai listened to me that time too. In addition, Adonai was very angry with Aaron and would have destroyed him, but I prayed for Aaron also at the same time. I took your sin, the calf you had made, and burnt it up in the fire, beat it to pieces, and ground it up still smaller, until it was fine as dust. Then I threw its dust into the stream coming down from the mountain.
Again, at Terabah, Massa, and Kibroth Hattaavah, you made Adonai angry when Adonai sent you off from Kadesh Barnea by saying, go up and take possession of the land I have given you. You rebelled against the order of Adonai your God. You neither trusted him nor heeded what he said. You've been rebelling against Adonai from the day I first knew you.
So I fell down before Adonai for those 40 days and nights and lay there, because Adonai had said he would destroy you. I prayed to Adonai. I said, Adonai God, don't destroy your people, your inheritance. You redeemed them through your greatness. You brought them out of Egypt with a strong hand. Remember your servants Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Don't focus on the stubbornness of this people, or on their wickedness, or on their sin. Otherwise, the land you brought us out of will say, it is because Adonai wasn't able to bring them into the land he promised them, and because he hated them that he has brought them out to kill them in the desert. But in fact, they are your people, your inheritance, whom you brought out by your great power and your outstretched arm.
At that time Adonai said to him, cut yourself 2 stone tablets like the first ones. Come up to me on the mountain and make yourself an ark of wood. I will inscribe on the tablets the words that were on the first tablets which you broke, and you're to put them in the ark. So I made an ark of acacia wood and cut 2 stone tablets like the first, then climbed the mountain with the 2 tablets in my hand. He inscribed the tablets with the same inscription as before, the 10 words which Adonai proclaimed to you from the fire on the mountain the day of the assembly. And Adonai gave them to me. I turned, came down the mountain and put the tablets in the ark I had made, and there they remain, as Adonai ordered me.
The people of Israel traveled from the wells of Beni Yakan to Mazarah, where Aaron died and was buried. And Eleazar his son took his place, serving in the office of Cohen. From there they traveled to Gudgah, and from Gudgah to Yotbava, a region with running streams. At that time Adonai set apart the tribe of Levi to carry the ark for the covenant of Adonai, and to stand before Adonai, to serve him and to bless in his name, as they still do today. This is why Levi has no share of inheritance with his brothers. Adonai is his inheritance, as Adonai your God had said to him.
I stayed on the mountain 40 days and nights as previously, and Adonai listened to me that time too. Adonai would not destroy you. Then Adonai said to me, get up and go on your way at the head of the people so they can enter and take possession of the land I swore to their ancestors that I would give them.
So now, Israel, all that Adonai your God asks from you is to fear Adonai your God, follow all his ways, love him and serve Adonai your God with all your heart and all your being, to obey for your own good the mitzvah and regulations of Adonai which I'm giving you today. See the sky, the heaven beyond the sky, and the earth and everything on it all belong to Adonai your God. Only Adonai took enough pleasure in your ancestors to love them and choose their descendants after them, yourselves, above all peoples, as he still does today. Therefore circumcise the foreskin of your heart, and don't be stiff-necked any longer, for Adonai your God is God of gods and Lord of lords, the great, mighty, and awesome God, who has no favorites and accepts no bribes. He secures justice for the orphan and the widow. He loves the foreigner, giving him food and clothing. Therefore you are to love the foreigner, since you were foreigners in the land of Egypt. And you are to fear Adonai your God, serve him, cling to him, and swear by his name. He is your praise, and he is your God, who has done for you these great and awesome things, which you have seen with your own eyes. Your ancestors went down into Egypt with only 70 people, but now Adonai your God has made your numbers as many as the stars in the sky.
Therefore, you are to love Adonai your God and always obey his commission, regulations, rulings, and mitzvah. Today it is you I am addressing, not your children, who haven't known or experienced the discipline of Adonai your God, his greatness, his strong hand, his outstretched arm, his signs and his actions, which he did in Egypt, to Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, and to his entire country. They didn't experience what he did to Egypt's army, horses, and chariots, how Adonai overwhelmed them with the water of the sea of stuff as they were pursuing. So they remain destroyed to this day. They didn't experience what he kept doing for you in the desert until you arrived at this place, or what he did to Dathan and Abram, the son of Eliab, the descendants of Reuben, how the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them up along with their households, tents, and everything in their company. there in front of all Israel. But you have seen with your own eyes all these great deeds of Adonai. Therefore, you are to keep every mitzvah I'm giving you today, so that you will be strong enough to go in and take possession of the land you are crossing over to conquer, and so that you will live long in the land Adonai swore to give to your ancestors and their descendants, a land flowing with milk and honey.
For the land you're entering in order to take possession of it isn't like the land of Egypt. There you would sow your seed and had to use your feet to operate its irrigation system as a vegetable garden. But the land you're crossing over to take possession of is the land of hills and valleys, which soaks up water when rain falls from the sky. It is a land Adonai your God cares for. The eyes of Adonai your God are always on it, from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. Are you sure you're not repeating last week's?
Now's a heck of a time.
Well, I didn't notice it until you're making me, I feel like I'm reading the same thing over and over.
It does seem like it.
Huh?
Seems like it.
Well, let me look at last week's. I'm pretty sure I have it handy.
We better stop it.
No, I don't need to stop it. Too much trouble. August.
Forever. Do the same with your female slave. Don't resent it when you set him free, since during his 6 years of service he has been worth twice as much as a hired employee. Then Adonai your God will bless you in everything you do.
I think it quit recording on the audio version. It must be on a timer, an hour timer, that I haven't been able to, because it just stopped. So, but I got to start it again so we can at least get the rest of it. Okay, so
All the firstborn males in your herd of cattle and in your flock you are to set aside for Adonai your God. You are not to do any work with a firstborn from your herd or shear a firstborn sheep. Each year you and your household are to eat it in the presence of Adonai your God, in the place which Adonai will choose. But if it has a defect, is lame or blind, or has some other kind of fault, you're not to sacrifice it to Adonai your God. Rather, eat it on your own property. The unclean and the clean alike may eat it, like the gazelle or the deer. Just don't eat its blood, but pour it out on the ground like water.
okay, now we're at Deuteronomy 16.
Yes.
The final chapter here. Is it a paragraph? Observe the month of Aviv and keep Passover to Adonai your God. For in the month of Aviv, Adonai your God brought you out of Egypt at night. You are to sacrifice the Passover offering from flock and herd to Adonai your God in the place where Adonai will choose to have his name live. You are not to eat any hamez, which is yeast, with it. For 7 days you are to eat with it matzah, the bread of affliction. For you came out of the land of Egypt in haste. Thus you will remember the day you left the land of Egypt as long as you live. No leaven is to be seen with you anywhere in your territory for 7 days. None of the meat from your sacrifice on the first day in the evening is to remain all night until morning. You may not sacrifice the Pesach offering in just any of the towns that Adonai your God has given you, but at a place where Adonai your God will choose to have his name live. There is where you are to sacrifice the Passover offering in the evening when the sun sets. At the time of the year that you came out of Egypt, you are to roast it and eat it in the place Adonai your God will choose. In the morning you will return and go to your tents. For 6 days you are to eat matzah, and on the 7th day there is to be a festive assembly for Adonai your God. Do not do any kind of ordinary work.
You are to count 7 weeks. You are to begin counting 7 weeks from the time you first put your sickle to the standing grain. You are to observe the festival of Shabbat for Adonai your God with a voluntary offering, which you are to give in accordance with the decree to which Adonai your God has prospered you. You are to rejoice in the presence of Adonai your God, you, your sons and daughters, your male and female slaves, the Levites living in your towns, and the foreigners, orphans, and widows living among you, in the place where Adonai your God will choose to have his name live. Remember that you were a slave in Egypt. Then you will keep and obey these laws.
You are to keep the festival of Sukkot for 7 days after you have gathered the produce of the threshing floor and winepress. Rejoice at your festival, you, your sons and daughters, your male and female slaves, the Levi and the foreigners, orphans and widows living among you. 7 days you are to keep the festival for Adonai your God, in the place Adonai your God will choose, because Adonai your God will bless you in all your crops and in all your work, so that you are to be full of joy.
3 times a year all you men are to appear in the presence of Adonai your God, in the place which he will choose. At the festival of Matzah, at the festival of Shavuot, and at the festival of Sukkot. They are not to show up before Adonai empty-handed, but every man is to give what he can, in accordance with the blessing Adonai your God has given you.
So
Now, if you please turn to page 523. We'll read Isaiah 54:11 through 55:5.
523.
Storm-ravaged city, unconsoled, I will set your stones in the finest way, lay your foundations with sapphires, make your windows shine with rubies, your gates with garnet, your walls with gemstones. All your children will be taught by Adonai. Your children will have great peace. In righteousness you will be established, far from oppression with nothing to fear, far from ruin, for it will not come near you. Any alliance that forms against you will not be my doing. Whoever tries to form such an alliance will fall because of you. It is I who created the craftsman who blows on the coals and forges weapons suited for their purpose. I also created the destroyer to work havoc. No weapon made will prevail against you. In court, you will refute every accusation. The servants of Adonai inherit all this. The reward for their righteousness is from me.
Says Adonai.
Says Adonai.
Yes. All you who are thirsty, come to the water. You without money, come, buy and eat. Yes, come, buy wine and milk without money. It's free. Why spend money for what isn't food? Your wages for what doesn't satisfy? Listen carefully to me, and you will eat well. You will enjoy the fat of the land. Open your ears and come to me. Listen well, and you will live. I will make an everlasting covenant with you, the grace I assured David. I have given him as a witness to the peoples, a leader and lawgiver for the peoples. You will summon a nation you do not know. A nation that doesn't know you will run to you for the sake of Adonai your God, the Holy One of Israel, who will glorify you.
And if you please turn to page 1429, we'll read 1 Corinthians 8:1 through 13. Now, about food sacrificed to idols. We know that, as you say, we all have knowledge. Yes, that is so, but knowledge puffs a person up with pride, whereas love builds up. The person who thinks he knows something doesn't yet know in the way he ought to know. However, if someone loves God, God knows him.
So, as for eating food sacrificed to idols, we know that, as you say, an idol has no real existence in the world, and there is only one God. For even if there are so-called gods, either in heaven or on earth, as in fact there are gods and lords galore, yet for us there is one God, the Father, from whom all things come, and for whom we exist, and one Lord, Yeshua the Messiah, through whom were created all things, and through whom we have our being.
But not everyone has this knowledge. Moreover, some people are still so accustomed to idols that when they eat food which has been sacrificed to them, they think of it as really affected by the idol, and their consciences, being weak, are thus defiled. Now, food will not improve our relationship with God. We will be neither poorer if we abstain or richer if we eat. However, watch out that your mastery of the situation does not become a stumbling block for the weak. You have this knowledge. But suppose someone with a weak conscience sees you sitting, eating a meal in the temple of an idol. Won't he be built up wrongly to eat this food which has been sacrificed to idols? Thus, by your knowledge, this weak person is destroyed, this brother for whom the Messiah died. And so, when you sin against the brothers by wounding their consciousness when it is weak, you are sinning against the Messiah.
To sum up, if food will be a snare for my brother, I will never eat again. I will never eat meat again, lest I cause my brother to sin. Father God, thank you for showing us that we were just duplicating our reading from last week. Forgive me that I had to take an initiative to finish up our reading this morning with what you had originally intended. Thank you, Father God, for being with us. Thank you, Bob, for your devotion and your steadfastness to be the priest of our family. Yes, Lord, I humble myself before you, Lord, and I lift up Bob to you. I thank you both. In the name of Yeshua, the Messiah, I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, let's have breakfast. Oh, let's have some music, and we'll have breakfast at the same time. Does that sound good? Shabbat Shalom. Well, this is a mess over here. Ay, ay, ay.